Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue exploring contemporary Chinese. And we've been talking about AI, and in Chinese expressions, we do incorporate AI directly into our vocabulary. And an average person in China reading AI also know it's artificial intelligence. And I guess it occur enough this AI almost becomes like global. I'm not sure about what other countries, but I guess this two English letters is simple enough. It's easy to recognize, to remember. Okay, so that out of the way, what's the two Chinese words here? AI 赋能, that's what we're talking about here. This 赋, I translate as endow. Um, 能, yesterday I translated energy here is simply ability, and I guess ability have to be energized first. So to to produce ability, energy is almost like implied, and oftentimes the Chinese can be used on different levels or in different dimensions, depends on the context, and that's the beauty of it. So when it paired with a 赋能, like endow ability, it means AI as a tool, as an enabler, it's going to empower people. So that this whole thing is simply AI empowerment, talking about how you can utilize this so that you can increase your own ability. Okay, so how Chinese express 富? You can see simplified traditional versus 2000 years ago. Things get more and more complicated. But overall structure is the same. It's simply the traditional got the left side spell out like this versus Chinese simplified over here. But what I mean, in ancient form, in ancient text, this 赋 means tax. So yeah, tax is an ancient institution. A ruler, ancient times, without a Congress, would be able to tax average people living on the land of this ruler's kingdom. And this tax oftentimes in ancient times in two ways. One is produce labor, free labor for the government to use for big government projects like building a dam. I'm not sure ancient times got dam, but definitely some water banks so that you don't get flooded. And that's almost like that's reasonable, right? That's only big central government can be able to take out such big projects that have huge impact. And the other form is when it's wartime, they're going to be drafted, and it's like obligation. Every household have to X number of people in proportion to your household, things like that, right? That's another form. The third form would be monetary. Well, before monetary form, probably it's payment by your crop, a percentage of your crop you produce would be taken by the government as a tax. So ancient ways of taxing can be in different formats. And here we have the left side, Bei is an ancient currency symbol, kind of equivalent to today's dollar sign. Notice that dollar sign have two vertical lines over here. Chinese also have two vertical lines here and also two horizontal lines. So here is, I believe this cowrie shell is a type of seashell, easy to preserve, easy to carry, light enough, it can be used as a currency, commonly accepted in ancient world. Okay, so we know this is a type of currency. And then the right side actually means martial. And martial is an amazing Chinese concept. So martial doesn't mean be belligerent. Belligerent doesn't mean you want to go fight. You want a war. It's the opposite. Martial in Chinese means stop the use of weapon or stop fighting. The power, the potential. It's just like wealth, right? Wealth is the potential to spend. And the martial is the potential to fight. And the ultimate, I guess, level of being martial is without fighting. The enemy knows you're not to mess with. All right. So how to express that? We have the weapon ge symbol on the top portion of it. So when we see this weapon, ancient times probably most popular weapon, we know it represents war, represent killing, fighting, miserable things human society have. And then the bottom is the right foot symbol. Right foot is made of this big toe, this cactus looking thing, right? The big toe on the left side, and then the pinky toe, this thing, and then the rest of the toes is the middle standing toe. Um, this right foot, without adding three strokes, would symbolize the left footprint. That in Chinese, that means moving, means walking. Here, without the three stroke, it means you're not walking. And so Chinese actually use right foot, means standing still. Standing still in Chinese means stop, not moving. So we have the stop symbol on the left, on the bottom, and we have the weaponry on the top. Together, it means martial, means stop war. Okay, so this military or martial concept paired with currency together means the ancient form of tax. And I guess why it's tax is because not only this ancient tax form comes in currency, you have to pay the government some way, and oftentimes in ancient times, tax came in the martial form. Like you have to have enough headcount of males in your household that some of them are going to war when the king, the ruler, need it. So that tax in ancient context in today becomes endowment or enabling because it's a resource going to be redistributed, or gathered together. In ancient times, it will be resources from the people of the land gathered together for the use of the king. In contemporary context, it would be redistribution of resources. Or endowment, it's somebody put in this sum for a cause, for some goodness. That's endowed. Okay, so this is contemporary sense. So that's a kind of empowerment by having this extra that doesn't come from you originally. It's from somewhere else that gathered to enable you to do something. Okay, this is known, same as yesterday. We have the bear symbol at the bottom, simply the muscular, the bicep of the bear at the bottom left, and then the head and with big, strong feeding, the feeding function of the bear, the head of it, and then the four legs here. So it's interesting that Chinese use four independent, disconnected parts to make the whole picture of the bear. I'm not sure if it's because ancient time bear actually, yeah, we are able to capture the bear, as it shows here, putting a nest in there. We can trap the bear, and then we're going to dissect it to make it into multiple parts. I'm not sure if that's why Chinese depicting bear as four different pieces. Okay, so the bear with the nest is a Chinese way to mean harness the energy or the muscle power represented by the bear. And that eventually becomes ability because ability is harnessed energy. Okay, AI 赋能 simply is Chinese translation of today's buzzword of AI empowerment. And hopefully we can all write out this AI revolution with our own ways to find a way to get empowered by it. AI 赋能. Thank you for your time. See you later.